welcome to part 2 of this video where we're looking at feminism and gender in Shakespeare. Continuing on from the previous video, we're now going to look at The Winter's Tale and a couple of themes that crop up in this play. We're going to look at female independence and the power of language. Just to say here, it's very important that I mention that although I'll be talking specifically about The Winter's Tale, the themes that I'm going to talk about and the techniques that I point out are relevant to all set texts. So do listen up, even if you're not specifically studying The Winter's Tale. So firstly, we're going to look at the idea of female independence. The idea of women speaking up for themselves and acting independently from their husbands or fathers was seen as quite scandalous at the time, but is common in Shakespeare's plays. Paulina is a very interesting character in The Winter's Tale because she stands up for Hermione in a very strong and persuasive way. If you look at the passage in the play when she's trying to convince Leontes, then you can identify some powerful rhetoric or speech-like devices that she uses in order to persuade him. Paulina is one of the most independent women in The Winter's Tale. She arranges the supposed resurrection of Hermione, and so therefore she acts independently. And she is blamed for this. She is called a witch by Leontes for sticking up for Hermione, and this is what women would have faced in that time. If they were to act independently, they would have been called sorceresses or witches. And this is an example of where Leontes calls her a witch because she has tried to persuade him or give her advice to him. Leontes calls her a mankind witch and a most intelligencing bawd. And here she's trying to explain to him that she's not, she's just speaking the truth, but he is too mad and too cross. And you can see that by the exclamations and the question marks here. And that he just dismisses her as a crone. And so we can see that for expressing her opinions, Paulina here is called a witch. So now let's take a quick look at the power of language. Strong women in Shakespeare display their independence and intelligence through their well-crafted and powerful language. And we've just talked a little bit about that in relation to Paulina.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're looking for an amazing A-level English literature resource, join me today in my series of engaging bite-sized video tutorials. Together, we will concisely cover all the important concepts required by your exam board specification, as well as practically apply what we have learnt through exam-style questions, focusing on how best to structure your answers in order to maximise marks. See you soon, and together let's make A-level English literature a walk in the park.